Hamburg, New York. 3 is Teddy Gibala from Coulter. 95, Jimmy Stokes, green flag waving. The Piney-Lasky Memorial Fall Festival 200 goes into the books with leader Dink Colarusso in the 0, being challenged in this 10-lap heat race by 2008 Motordrome Speedway track champion Sean Phillips in car 31. Phillips now takes the lead. Some havoc at the back of the field as the 1 of Akerley in his first Motordrome start, and Gibala in the 3 get crossed up. Green flag stays out. Leader Sean Phillips, the leading feature winner in the Subway Street Stocks this season, as well as track champion. In second, the 0 of veteran Dink Colarusso, making his first start of the year here at Motordrome. In third, it's the 18 of Jeff Zellweger from Allison Park, PA. In fourth, it's the 7 of Jason Dieter, Lake Erie Speedway regular in car number 7, a 3-time feature winner in Northeast Pennsylvania. And the 60 of veteran Mike Bacalon, former track champion here at Motordrome, being challenged by the 3 of Gibala, a multiple feature winner in 2008. Racing well outside the top 5 now, it's the 1 of Terry Akerley, who was a 2-time winner and second in the point standings at Lake Erie Speedway. As we see in turns 3 and 4, Gibala tried to challenge Bacalon, and the 7 machine of Dieter reeling in the 18 of Zellweger with 5 of 10 laps completed. Top 2 drivers have checked out on the field all by themselves. It's Sean Phillips, the track champion, continuing to lead over Dink Colarusso. Then Jeff Zellweger in third, but he's got the 7 of Jason Dieter, the 60 of Mike Bacalon, and the 3 of Teddy Gibala right there on his heels. Challenge for 5th position, the 60 of Bacalon, the North Versailles, Pennsylvania veteran, former modified champion here at the Speedway. Off the pace now as Gibala made the pass. The 1 of Akerley storms by. The 95 of Jimmy Stokes, the division rookie, gets by on lap 7. The 60 of Bacalon off the pace. Only 2 laps to go. The best battle on the Speedway is for 4th. Teddy Gibala in car 3 beats to the scoring line on lap 8 the 7 of Jason Dieter from Hamburg, New York, making his first Motordrome start. White flag waves as Bacalon heads to the pits, and Gibala takes 3rd from Zellweger. It's been all Sean Phillips, the Jefferson, Pennsylvania veteran, a winner in Charger racing at Motordrome Speedway, the leading winner in Subway Street Stock action in 2008, and the 2008 track champion at Motordrome Speedway. Takes the checkered flag. Sean Phillips will win the first heat race of the Piney-Lasky Memorial Fall Festival. Dink Colarusso, the multi-division veteran, taking 2nd position. 3rd, it's the 3 of Teddy Gibala. 4th, it's the 7 of Jason Dieter in his first start. And completing the top 5, the 18 of Jeff Zellweger from Allison Park, Pennsylvania machine. Another 10-lap heat race for the Subway Street Stocks. Green flag is out. Three wide for the lead. Minjok on the outside. Knight Sr. on the inside, and the 16 of Mudra on the bottom. Aaron Minjok, the early race leader in car 34, he won the biggest event of this season for the Chargers, but is a Subway Street Stock Division rookie. The 16 car of Jay Mudra in 2nd position. was a feature winner at Lake Erie Speedway this season, making his first start at Motordrome and challenging Minjok, who in 2007 won multiple features in the Charger class. In third spot, it's Tom Knight Sr. In fourth, it's Tony Manganello. And in fifth, it's Lauren Butler from Pittsburgh. And we got a caution flag. Aaron Minjok is the leader. Jay Mudra is second. Third, it's Tom Knight Sr. And even before they reach the scoring line, Tony Manganello in car 50 is challenging for third. Manganello, who got his first career victories here at the Motordrome Speedway this season. He was also a winner at the Jennerstown Speedway. Challenge for the lead out of turn 4. Mudra tries to look high on Minjok, can't get it done. Mudra to the outside of Minjok on the back straight. Minjok, a Motordrome Speedway regular and a rookie to the division. This season finished 9th in the championship point standings, trying to hold off one of New York's strongest, Jay Mudra in car 16 at the midpoint of this heat race. Down the back straight, Mudra with a good run to the bottom. Minjok slams the door on him and they make contact. In third spot all by himself now, it's Manganello with Knight Sr. in fourth, separating the AK Chassis teammates with Andrew Kostelnik in fifth. On lap 6, more bumper-to-bumper contact in the fight for the lead. Jay Mudra swings to the outside of Minjok this time. Aaron Minjok making the rear bumper of that Monte Carlo, 8 lanes wide, coming out of turn 4. For this special event, the rule book has been opened up. Nobody knew what to expect to see coming through the gates, titled as a street stock for this big event. And Jay Mudra in car 16, one of New York's biggest winners, challenging Aaron Minjok as Minjok slides down a couple of grooves on the straightaway to avoid losing the lead with 2 laps to go. Mudra continues to challenge Minjok all the way around the speedway as the white flag is waving. Very close racing in turns 3 and 4. Mudra in the 16, trying to take a heat race checkered flag in his first Motordrome start. A kiss to the rear bumper of Minjok's 34 car and out of turn 4 to the checkered flag. Greenock, Pennsylvania's Aaron Minjok takes the checkered flag over Jay Mudra. Tony Manganello, Tom Knight Sr., Brian Audie, and Lauren Butler. Ten laps for the open wheel modifieds. Green flag is out. Jim Nicola out to an early lead in car 5, the Pittsburgh veteran and former champion, leading Bobby Shipp in the 04. Shipp was second about 12 times in feature racing in 08, but did not find victory lane. And now they are wheel to wheel in turn number 1. On the inside, Bobby Shipp in car 04. Shipp, the 2004 Charger Division champion and former modified rookie of the year, taking the spot away from 2-time modified champion Jim Nicola and opening the door for Adam Kostelnik. The driver of car number 60 from East McKeesport, the dominant feature winner at Motordrome and a 5-time modified division champion. The Viglione Racing number 60 climbing into second spot behind Bobby Shipp. Third, it's Nicola. Fourth, Harry Ofer in 01. Laps the distance, working lap number 3. It's Bobby Shipp out in front, Adam Kostelnik in second. this heat race. 5 down and 5 to go. Bobby Shipp, the former Charger Division champion and Modified Rookie of the Year, out in front of Adam Kostelnik, the 5-time defending champion. With only 3 laps to go, Kostelnik tries to look to the outside to make a pass of Bobby Shipp. Shipp continues to show the way over Kostelnik. No less than 10 times this season, the drivers leading this heat race finished 1-2 in feature competition, with Kostelnik getting the better of Shipp each and every time. And now Shipp is holding off the champion with the white flag waving. This first modified heat race in the Piney Lasky Memorial Fall Festival 200 coming to a close, and lap traffic will be a factor. The 10 of Jason Scanlon from Albany, New York, is cleared by the leaders and headed for the checkered flag. Bobby Shipp will win it over Adam Kostelnik, Jim Nicola, and Harry Ofer. Blue 32, Eric McRae. Green flag is out. Side by side for the lead as George Nicola watches from third. And in his first Motordrome start, Eric McRae wrestles the point position from Matt Penaya. McRae in car 32, 3-time winner at Lake Erie Speedway, second in the championship points chase. Leading George Nicola, the 2-time feature winner here at Motordrome and former Street Stock Division champion. Wheel to wheel for the top spot. George Nicola inside, Eric McRae outside. And McRae's first start at Motordrome Speedway results in only 2 laps led as George Nicola takes the point position. Car 97, George Nicola from Pittsburgh. Back in 2000, he was the Subway Street Stock Division champ. And now a regular visitor to Modified Victory Lane, opening up a big lead over Eric McRae in second spot. McRae from Corey, Pennsylvania. Holding off Matt Penaya in car 32. McRae, a modified rookie with a former Mark Flick machine, holding off the veteran Penaya. Then in third, it's a Lake Erie feature winner, Dale Murdoch in car 28. Al Civic driving the 85 car, a former Subway Street Stock Division driver and now modified car owner. And he is in the 5th position at the midpoint of this event. George Nicola with a huge lead now over Eric McRae, Matt Penaya, Dale Murdoch, and Al Civic. Straightaway lead for Nicola over McRae in 32. With 2 laps to go. Had a chance tonight to see Mark Flick in the pit area, standing beside that blue 32 machine that he drove to so many victories here at Motordrome. And McRae with a great run, finishing second in his first heat race if he can hang on for one more lap as the white flag waves for George Nicola from Pittsburgh. Part of a huge racing family, with his Uncle Rich at the back of this very field. Coming out of turn number 4, another Motordrome checkered flag for George Nicola in 97. Corey, Pennsylvania's Eric McRae will finish second over Plumborough's Matt Penaya. Then it's Dale Murdoch, Al Civic, and Rich Nicola. But it's Bill Rebar, the rookie in car 18, who will lead him to the green. '24 of Randy Culver with a tremendous jump on the start to take the point position as Rebar drops back just a bit. Lonnie Hoffman, 58, makes rear bumper contact with the leader, and side by side it's Diano and Amstel battling for third as Culver will lead lap 1. Culver in car 24. Resident of Northeast Pennsylvania, now losing the lead to the hometown hero, Smithton, Pennsylvania's own Lonnie Hoffman in the Al Civic owned 58, taking the lead with Diano into second spot. 36 of Diano with a rich racing history in the Buckeye State. His grandfather, Tony, was a mainstay at Heidelberg Raceway and Sharon Speedway back in the 1970s. Lonnie Hoffman, the Aero Automotive 58 car, out in front of this field, working lap 3 of 10. Hoffman picked up a heat race win during the 2008 season here at Motordrome, still looking for his first career modified feature win as a street stock division graduate. Diano looks to the outside, making his first career Motordrome Speedway start. Got the car a little bit loose in trying the high side through turns 1 and 2. Continues to be Hoffman, leading Diano, then Amstel, as they have broken away from the rest of this field, including the 0 of Chris Brink and Randy Culver in 5th. Side by side down the front straight at the midpoint of this race, and Diano muscles his way to the low side to take over the lead. Lonnie Hoffman in second, but here's Amstel in the 0-2, the former main event series super late model driver, challenging Hoffman for second. And the second spot has been claimed by the 0-2 of Amstel from Rocky River, Ohio, putting the hometown hero of Hoffman back to third spot. 3 laps to go, and Diano dirt tracks it into turn number 1 in car 36. Diano competes at the Sandusky Speedway, the Lorain County Speedway, and is a follower of the USA Midwest Modified Tour. Seeing the signal of 2 laps to go from chief starter Denny Carson. Top 3 now, all strung out single file. Chris Brink, the 0 car, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, is 4th with Brian Shipp in 5th. White flag waving, a pair of Buckeye State drivers in command of heat race number 3 for the Modifieds here at the Piney Lasky Memorial Fall Festival. Drivers in first and second making their first career Motordrome Speedway starts. And out of turn number 4, third generation racer Nick Diano takes the checkered flag over Jeff Amstel. Lonnie Hoffman battle for 4th. Coming to the line, it will be Chris Brink by inches over Brian Shipp. Elliott starting scratch on the field. 12 laps. Green flag is out. Mitchell and Wiltrout, former track champions, side by side for the lead. On lap 1, it's Gary Wiltrout with just about a car length advantage over Mitchell. They're 3 wide for 4th. Komarinsky in 33, Henry in 11, making contact with the 75 of Barry Oddie to the inside. Working lap 2 of 12, the numberless left side of Barry Oddie's car on the back straight, hiding the Miller Lite 33 of Komarinsky in a door-to-door battle for 4th position. Bobby Henry watching close behind, and the 59 of Kyle Martell gaining quickly on this group. Komarinsky now with half a car length advantage in the 4th position. Oddie glued to the inside. Out of 4, they continue to race side by side on lap 4 of 12. Komarinsky in car 33, the former Pro Stock champion here at Jennerstown Speedway. Feature winner last season. And last season's champion, Bobby Henry, briefly tries the high side and will maybe make it 3 wide. No, out of 4, it's still Oddie and Komarinsky side by side, with Henry watching close behind. Kyle Martell in the 7th position, fading just behind this battle. Up front, it's Gary Wiltrout in 95, Richard Mitchell in 22, and Mark Catone in 31. A bobble by Mitchell opens the inside lane. And Mark Catone driving the Keystone Basement Systems Ford, number 31. In 3rd position, a 2-time champion just behind 4-time track champ Richard Mitchell, and the Howard Concrete Pumping, Martinelli's Auto, Tom Clark Chevrolet. Both of those former Motordrome champions chasing Gary Wiltrout, the former Motordrome and Jennerstown titleist, in the Stone and Company Megan Ford, number 95 for the Palagrudo race team. Komarinsky has separated himself in 4th position from a side-by-side battle between Bobby Henry and Barry Oddie. Oddie now to the outside, and Henry sneaking through on the inside. The race leader's teammate is now up to 5th. Working lap 9 of 12, Gary Wiltrout showing the way. Wiltrout, the winner of this summer's Pizza Hut 100. Richard Mitchell, the reigning track champion, in 2nd, then Catone. 3 cars breaking away from the rest of this field with 2 laps to go in the first heat race for the Piney Lasky Memorial 100. Wiltrout and Mitchell very close, racing at the wave of the white flag, nearly making contact in turn 4. 3 track champions breaking away from this field with 1 more lap to decide the first heat race for the Piney Lasky Memorial. And it will be Gary Wiltrout coming to the checkered flag, defeating Richard Mitchell, Mark Catone, John Komarinsky, and Bobby Henry. And former Motordrome champ in car 21, Rick Miller, as the green flag waves. Neil Brown in car 98 gets the jump on front row starter Jason Shaw in his first Motordrome appearance. Brown, the only 5-time feature winner of the 2008 season, leading this event over Shaw, then Gregory Kelly in a side-by-side battle for 4th. Rick Miller on the inside. The 69 of Josh John on the outside, and the 12 car of Todd Corson showing smoke. Todd Corson in car 12, making only his 2nd race of 2008 and pulling pit side. Gregory Kelly in 2nd position, now feeling the pressure of the Dunbar Dominator in car 21. Rick Miller diving to the inside, taking away the 2nd spot. Both of those drivers were feature winners this season at Motordrome. So with 3 of 12 laps completed, the top 3 drivers in the running order have all been to victory lane in 2008 at Motordrome. Shaw in car 82, back to 4th spot, and Josh John in the 69 nearly loses the handle out of turn 4. John this season was 4th in the final standings at the Lake Erie Speedway. He is 5th on the racetrack. And then the 3 of Tommy Close, the Adirondack Speedway track champion. first flag signal halfway to Neil Brown from Acme, Pennsylvania. Leader of the event in the Richter Motorsports, Hunter's Peterbilt Davies Ford number 98. Driver in second, the Valvoline Brooks Automotive Group, Bellevue Chassis Center 21, Rick Miller. Holding down third position, the former Truck Division champion, the Froggy 44, sponsored by D&K Sales and Service, Gregory Kelly. Then the 82 of Jason Shaw from Guelph, Ontario. Leader Neil Brown in car number 98. Brown this season the winner of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100 back in the spring. Already tonight, our Pizza Hut 100 winner, Gary Wiltrout, picked up a heat race checkered flag. Now we'll see if our other crown jewel event winner from 2008, Neil Brown, can hang on to win this event with 2 to go. Rick Miller in car 21 closes the gap as Brown made a miscue last lap. White flag signaling final time around. Final time through turns 3 and 4. Acme, Pennsylvania's Neil Brown will take the checkered flag over Rick Miller, Gregory Kelly, and Josh John with a last lap pass of the 82 of Jason Shaw, completing the top 5. 12 laps in this final heat race for the super late models, the Piney Lasky 100 preparations, and the green is out. Dave Riggin and Doug Bakioki nearly glued together into turn number 1. 44 of Steve Laking now challenging Bakioki. Laking, a winner of the Oktoberfest just a couple of weeks ago, and inching ahead of Bakioki for the second position officially as 1 lap is in the books with 11 to go. Chris Ross in car 4, the veteran, into 4th spot. He was 4th in the US Open at Lancaster. Dave Riggin leading the pack, making his 3rd start of 2008 at Motordrome Speedway. Riggin placing 9th in the final point standings at the Lake Erie Speedway this season, out in front of the 44 of Steve Laking. The Flamborough, Ontario Oktoberfest winner in 2nd, nearly 3 wide for 3rd as Bakioki in 50 tries to slam the door on Will Thomas in car 9. Thomas, a winner at Motordrome in 2007, and the 2008 Lake Erie Speedway champion, to the high side of Bakioki in car 9, looking for 3rd spot. Chris Ross is 5th, and they were nearly 3 wide in turn 4 as Thomas takes over 3rd position on lap 4. Bakioki, the front row starter, gets rear end contact from the 4 of Chris Ross, and Ross going side by side with Bakioki, the former Mara Series traveler. From Malta, New York, Chris Ross by inches will take over the 4th position here on lap 5 of 12. Behind that battle, Nathan Russell in car 26, the Kerwinsville High School football star, and teenage rookie door-to-door with veteran Dusty Rhodes in car 23. Dave Riggin continues to lead, but the 44 machine of Steve Laking was gaining on Riggin, now is feeling the pressure of Thomas in the 9 car. Thomas, who started near the tail of this heat race field, working lap number 8, moves to the high side of Laking. Thomas in car 9 has won features at 6 different speedways in 3 different states and takes over the runner-up spot. Will Will Thomas in car number 9 has been a feature winner at Lake Erie, Jennerstown, and Motordrome in Pennsylvania. He has won at Lancaster, Oswego in New York, and he's won at New Smyrna Speedway in Florida. Dave Riggin in car 24 has led every lap to this point. The CPS Racing entry out in front of the Colonial Metal Products PI&I number 9 of Thomas as the white flag is waving. Final time around the speedway. Thomas started deep in the field. Riggin, the front row starter, and out of turn 4. Clarence, New York's Dave Riggin will take the checkered flag over Will Thomas, Steve Laking, Chris Ross, and Doug Bakioki. $2 a lap, occasionally a case of Yangling Lager for their lead as the green flag is out. Dink Colarusso, with a terrific starting position, cannot come up to speed. Everybody continues on. Great evasive action taken by the field, and we're 3 wide. The 16 of Jay Mudra and the 34 of Aaron Minjock were damaged by the Dink Colarusso 0 car dropping back through the field. But the green flag stays out as Colarusso heads to the pits, and the 2008 track champion, Sean Phillips, taking the lead on lap 2. After Tony Manganello in the 50 car led the initial circuit of this 40-lap event for the Subway Street Stocks here at the Fall Festival. Third, it's car number 3, Teddy Gibala, the sophomore driver from Coulter, a 2-time winner at Motordrome this season, as is Manganello just in front of him. And then the 7 of Jason Dieter, the Hamburg, New York driver. Jason Dieter in car 7 fighting for top 5 positions. He was a 3-time winner at the Lake Erie Speedway this season. And he is door to door with New York's Jay Mudra, both of them closing in on Teddy Gibala in the 3. On lap 4, Sean Phillips with a big lead over this field. Then 4 cars racing under a blanket, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 7 of Dieter now falls back a few car lengths. It's Manganello in the 50. In 2nd position, a 2-time feature winner here this season, also a winner at Jennerstown in 2008. Caution flag will wave in turn 4. The 05 of Andrew Kostelnik has stalled. Jennerstown Speedway 2008 champion Andrew Kostelnik rolls to a stop on the pit apron in turn 4. Manganello, Teddy Gibala, Jay Mudra, and Jason Dieter, the top 5. Challenge for 3rd now, the 16 car of Jay Mudra, moving around Gibala and closing in quickly on Manganello. It's lap 6 and the Buffalo, New York Invader is on the move. He nearly stole a heat race win away from Aaron Minjock. Now he powers to the inside of the 50 of Tony Manganello after passing Gibala and Manganello consecutively on lap 6, and we are now working lap 7. Sean Phillips, the track champion for 2008 and leading winner in the division, stretching out about a 1/3 of a straightaway lead over Mudra, and now a fight for 3rd. Gibala to the inside of Tony Manganello, each of these drivers with a pair of feature wins in 2008. Door to door out of turn 4, and Gibala at the scoring line, working lap number 8 into a podium position. Manganello back to 4th. Jason Dieter hangs on to 5th. In 6th, it's Brian Audi, feature winner this year at Jennerstown. And then division rookie Aaron Minjock in 34, Lauren Butler in 53, just behind. One quarter of the way through this event, and Sean Phillips continues to pile up $10 per lap led. See if the 16 car of Jay Mudra, who's looked so strong all evening long, can reel in the Motordrome track champion who's out in front. Gibala is third, Manganello fourth, and a challenge for fifth. The 19 car, owned by Scott Bowman, driven tonight by Brian Audi. Reeling in the 7 car of Jason Dieter from Hamburg, New York. Dieter, a multiple feature winner at Lake Erie Speedway this season. And Audi, a former Jennerstown champion, with Aaron Minjock right in tow on lap 12, challenging to the inside of Dieter's 7 car. Dieter so strong down the straightaways as Audi each lap through turn 2 is able to pull nearly even to the driver's door, as he will again in turn 4. And Dieter holds the position. We got a problem in turn 3. The 7 of Mudra spins and Lauren Butler gets hard into that car. The 7 of Jason Dieter spinning with Lauren Butler collecting him, the Hamburg, New York driver who was inside the top 5. Spinning. Green flag is back out. Sean Phillips, the race leader, Motordrome Speedway's reigning track champion. And Jay Mudra in the 2nd spot. This year's champion of Dunn Tire Raceway Park in Lancaster, New York, closing in for a lead battle. At the scoring line, we begin to work lap number 15 of 40. With lap money and an increased purse on the line for this fall festival. 40-lap street stock feature event. 2 cars have checked out from the rest of the field as Teddy Gibala is a distant third. Then the 50 of Manganello in a side-by-side battle for 5th position with Minjock moving around the 19 of Brian Audi. Lap 17, and leader Sean Phillips has now put a few car lengths of distance between himself and Mudra. Battle of track champions with Motordrome's titleist for 2008, Sean Phillips, leading the Dunn Tire Raceway Park champion, Jay Mudra, as we approach the midpoint of this event, with $10 for every lap led being banked by Sean Phillips of Jefferson, PA. Best battle on the speedway remains for 4th as Manganello in car 50, door to door for an entire lap with the 34 of Aaron Minjock. Minjock just a couple of laps ago passed the 19 of Brian Audi, and here on lap 19, he completes the pass for 4th. Minjock moving up through this field, but has never been to victory lane in a subway street stock, as the crossed flags signal halfway to leader Sean Phillips. It's Phillips, Mudra, Gibala, and then Aaron Minjock, the man on the move. He won the biggest event of the season for Chargers. He was a dominant Charger division feature winner last year, and as a street stock rookie, he has led feature laps and won his heat race tonight. He has climbed into the 4th position. On the back straight, Jeff Zellweger in car 18 slows off the pace. Allison Park, Pennsylvania driver, former legacy car competitor. And Zellweger heads to the pit area just in front of the leaders as Phillips reaches the scoring line to begin working lap 22. If we stay green, lap traffic looms in front of the leaders. Here on lap 23, the Rapid Race Cimbali 38 machine will be the first one encountered by Sean Phillips. Leaders in lap traffic now in turn 3. They are too wide with Jimmy Stokes and Ray Cimbali making contact in front of the race leaders. Out of 4, Sean Phillips' lead has evaporated here in lap traffic. Cimbali makes a lane change in front of the leaders on lap 25. Glued door to door with race leader Sean Phillips, they have now cleared Cimbali, but Jay Mudra has closed in significantly to the rear bumper of Sean Phillips in car 31 as a result of back markers battling for position. Working lap 27, Sean Phillips continues to lead, closing in on the 76 of Tom Knight. Knight will go a lap down as Mudra watches the Motordrome track champion rack up the lap money of $10 per lap led. In third spot, the 3, and we got a problem in turn 1. Manganello has tangled with Audi. A battle for top 5 positions ends with a caution flag. The 50 of Tony Manganello, a 2-track feature winner this season in car 50, spinning with the 19 of Brian Audi. His first Motordrome Speedway start is second. And once again, they pull far away from Teddy Gabala in third. In 5th position, Mike Bacalon started 17th in this feature event. And just in front of him, it looks to be a battle for third as Aaron Minjock is closing in on Teddy Gabala on lap 29. Watching the battle for third as the leaders are separated by about 2 or 3 car lengths. Minjock also started toward the middle or rear of this field after winning his heat, and dirt tracks the car through turn 4, does Minjock. Hangs onto it, but loses a couple more car lengths as there are 10 laps to go. Problem in turn 2. Ray Cimbali in 38 and 95. Jimmy Stokes come together. 2,500. 10 laps to go. And we got a problem in turn 4. The 19 of Brian Audi and the 7 car that tangled earlier tonight in this feature event. Jason Dieter getting into the 19 of Brian Audi. Laps to go. Sean Phillips leading Jay Mudra. With 8 laps to go, Mudra able to stay right with the leader. Sometimes breaks that car loose in the corners, but not able yet to make a challenge for the win in his first Motordrome Speedway start. Sean Phillips, a winner in both Charger Division and Street Stock competition here at Motordrome during his long career. Six laps to go, and Phillips' lead opens up, and we got a problem in turns 1 and 2. The 19 car of Brian Audi goes around. Green flag is out. Sean Phillips and Jay Mudra will settle the Piney Lasty Memorial Fall Festival Street Stock feature in just 6 laps, pulling away once again from Teddy Gabala, Aaron Minjock, and the 60 machine of Mike Bacalon. Phillips' lead is about a car length and a half, as Mudra smoothed through 4 that time, did not break the back end loose in his first Motordrome start, looking for this big victory, as Phillips has banked $10 per lap led for each of these first 35 circuits. Battle for 5th now, side by side. Mike Bacalon entering the back straight with the 0-5 of Andrew Kostelnik. And with only 3 laps to go, Sean Phillips now opening up an advantage over the 16 of Mudra. Final 2 laps as Sean Phillips in car 31, whose 2008 season started out a disaster. In practice for opening night, he crashed car number 31 and was on the trailer before the heat races began. With consistency, a host of feature victories, Sean Phillips battled back to claim the 2008 Motordrome Speedway Track Championship. And out of turn 4, he will win the 40-lap Piney Lasky Memorial Fall Festival feature for Subway Street Stocks. Over Jay Mudra in 2nd, Teddy Gabala in 3rd, Aaron Minjock in 4th, and Mike Bacalon 5th. As well, and ladies and gentlemen, on the roof, track champion Sean Phillips in victory lane. Sean Phillips, a Subway gift certificate for you, a case of Yangling Lager. Did you realize throughout that whole feature you were racking up $10 for every lap you led?
I didn't pay attention. The only thing I saw was a 16 coming behind me, and I'm like, he's getting closer, he's getting closer. I was trying to get a good lead there in the beginning, and the caution blew it, because he was really good on starts. I was trying to get him on the starts. Man, he rode me hard. I haven't driven this hard in a long time.
He's the champion at Lancaster, New York, and you beat him tonight. I told the fans about your disastrous start to the year. This has to make it come full circle with this big victory.
Yeah, this has been like a dream season. I can't believe this. This is just awesome.
And a chance to thank your sponsors.
First off, I'd like to thank Motordrome and all the firemen and everything that take care of us in case we wreck and stuff like that. Advanced Auto, Gina Boots Candy, Superior Lawn Care, Hoos Auto Detailing, Doria's Catering, Home Team Lending. I can't remember, especially the fans, because it's pretty cold tonight and you guys are up there weathering all this. Subway especially. I think that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the track champion in Victory Lane tonight in the Piney Lasky Memorial Fall Festival, Sean Phillips. In the distance for the modified portion of Fall Festival 2008, green flag is out. Early race leader in the 0-2 is Jeff Amsdell, making his first Motordrome start and distancing himself from Eric McRae. And we got a problem in turn 3. Green flag is out. Excellent saves by all the drivers. Chris Brink nearly hitting the outside wall. Terry Ankerly getting on the binders. Lonnie Hoffman nearly a part of it. But everybody pointed the right direction and the green flag stays out. Look at the battle for second into turn 3. The 36 of Diano moved around the 97 of Nicola, and we got a spin in turns 3 and 4. Harry Oper in the 0-1 car goes around. To a veteran, Jeff Amsdell takes the green flag. 1 lap completed, 59 to go. Look at Diano, shot out of a cannon down the back straight. He takes a spot away from the 32 of McRae and quickly closes in to battle Nicola for second. And McRae in car 32, dropping from second position outside the top 5 in 1 lap. Amsdell continues to lead over Diano in second. Then it's Nicola, and Kostelnik here on lap 3. Buckeye State drivers in the top 2 positions. And then the Pittsburghers, George Nicola and Jim Nicola, just in front of track champion Adam Kostelnik. Leaders breaking away from a 3-car fight for third. It's the Nicolai just in front of Kostelnik. Yes, Nicolai is the plural of Nicolas, as we are working lap 5 of 60. Up front, leader Jeff Amsdell is about to feel the pressure of young Nick Diano, the teenager, Amsdell, the veteran, and Diano both competing on the USA Modified Tour throughout the Midwest, and closing in quickly on lap traffic with less than 10 laps completed in this event. Jason Scanlon in the 10 car dives to the inside, allowing the leaders to pass. Now they're closing in on Jimmy Nicola in 57. With Amsdell still out in front by about 2 car lengths, and the lap cars are staggered and 2 wide in front of the leaders. Lap 8 in turn 1, the leaders are hard on the brakes. A position battle at the back of this field with Al Civic in car 85, and now the leaders nearly make contact as Civic changes lanes into turn 3. Amsdell to the high side and will continue to lead, now working lap 9. Diano is right there and nipping at his rear bumper. Amsdell's lead on lap 10 is less than a car length as Nick Diano makes it a two-car fight of Ohio drivers at the front of this field. Down the back straight, we're 3 wide. Adam Kostelnik dove to the inside of a lapped car, now to the inside of George Nicola to take position away, and quickly challenging Jim Nicola down the front straight. Adam Kostelnik passed a lapped car and 2 position cars on a single lap as we are working lap 11, and Kostelnik, the track champion, is into 3rd spot. He's a straightaway behind the leaders though. Hitting the scoring line to begin working lap 12, leader Jeff Amsdell is into turn 1, diving to the inside of the lapped car, number 28 of Dale Murdoch, and bringing Diano's 36 car right along with him. Leaders still in traffic, with Amsdell in the 02 out in front of the 36 of Diano. Both of these drivers making their first career Motordrome Speedway starts. And they have a straightaways distance and 3 lap cars among it. Between themselves and 3rd place, Adam Kostelnik here on lap 14. At the scoring line, Amsdell begins to work lap 16, and his lead is about 2 car lengths over the 36 of Nick Diano. Adam Kostelnik in car 60 has cut down some of that lead advantage, but remains a distant second, with George Nicola in 4th and Jim Nicola, his uncle, in 5th. In turn 1 and 2, a challenge for the lead. They make contact. Diano gets into the left rear corner of the 02 of Amsdell. Moving through lap traffic once again, and Amsdell, who got a little bit of a love tap from young Diano, working lap 18, still out in front and racking up $10 per lap led, in addition to the healthy winner's purse available. Moving by the 5 now of Jimmy Nicola in turns 3 and 4 go the leaders. Working lap 20 of 60. Jeff Amsdell leading. Nick Diano with Adam Kostelnik in 3rd. The leaders very experienced in long distance modified competition. We got a caution flag. On the back straight, the 10 car, driven by Jason Scanlon from Albion, New York, just below the Pepsi sign on the back straight, up against the inside retaining wall. The green 10 machine now pulls away from the scene of that single car spin. Green flag is back out. 21 of 60 laps completed. Jeff Amsdell leading. Nick Diano, Adam Kostelnik, George Nicola, and now Bobby Shipp in the 04. Climbing onto the scoreboard in 5th place, and we got a caution flag. Spin in turn 1, it's Al Civic. The Aero Automotive 85 of Al Civic, the former street stock driver. Spinning in turn 1, this his first start as a driver this season. Restart, look at Kostelnik sticking right to the rear bumper of Diano's 36 car in 3rd spot. Green is out, Amsdell, Diano, and Kostelnik. three cars running away by several car lengths from the 97 of George Nicola and the 04 of Bobby Shipp. And now Shipp makes a pass. George Nicola may be off the pace in car 97. George Nicola retires from fourth position on lap 22 of 60. It's now a three-car breakaway. Amstel in the 02, Diano in 36, and Kostelnik in car 60 on lap 23. Turn two, we got a big problem. Harry Ofer is into the wall as the 0 of Chris Brink has spun. Bill Rebar in the 18 may have stopped before contact, but a hard impact back there between the 0 of Brink. 0-1 of Ofer, the 57 of Jimmy Nicola got a piece of that one. .23 laps completed of 60. Green flag is back out. Jeff Amstel leading. Nick Diano, Adam Kostelnik, Bobby Shipp, and Jim Nicola. During our last stint of green flag racing, it was a three-car breakaway from the field. And now Diano builds up an advantage of 3 to 4 car lengths over Kostelnik down the back straight. Adam Kostelnik now able to reach out and touch the back bumper of Nick Diano's 36 car. Kostelnik right with the leaders in the corners and losing a car length or two each lap down the straightaways. Amstel now opens up to his biggest lead in recent laps. The 04 of Bobby Shipp may be catching the lead trio. Traffic for the leaders into turn number 1. The driver of car number 10, Jason Scanlon from Albion, New York, making his first start at Motordrome. Going a lap down here on circuit number 28 with Amstel, Diano, Kostelnik, and now Shipp gaining ground on the leaders, making a 4-car breakaway. If Shipp can gain just a few more car lengths, he will be right in the hunt here on lap 29. Halfway through the Fall Festival, 60-lap feature event for the Modifieds on Piney Lasky Memorial Weekend. Jeff Amstel leading the 36 of Nick Diano, the Viglione Racing 60 of Adam Kostelnik in third, and former Charger Division champion 04 Bobby Shipp in fourth spot. Now the leaders moving around the 57 of Jimmy Nicola. Heavy lap traffic for the leaders on the back straight. Approaching the yellow number 1 of Terry Akerley is Jeff Amstel in the 02, and Akerley drifts up in front of the leader. Threading the needle and making moves through lap traffic on lap 33. Amstel retains the lead, but Kostelnik nearly season opening to take second away from Diano as the Akerley number 1 car creates havoc inside the top 5. Still Amstel, Diano, Kostelnik, and now Bobby Shipp. And we got a spin in turns 1 and 2. Al Civic goes around. flag back out on lap 33. Amstel, Diano, Kostelnik, and Ship. And this time Ship falls off by a few car lengths on the restart. He had closed up to the lead trio under green flag racing. And now Kostelnik in third, pulling away from Ship, but staying within striking distance of Diano. In fact, making rear bumper contact with the second place car is Motordrome track champion Adam Kostelnik as Amstel continues to lead in 0-2. Drivers in this modified feature event from Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York. And it's the Buckeye State duo of Jeff Amstel and Nick Diano showing the way on lap 35. Lap traffic again playing havoc with the leaders as Amstel drifts up 2 lanes to move around the 10 car of Scanlon. Diano and Kostelnik follow suit on lap 37. Kostelnik closer to the rear bumper of Diano than Diano has been to the rear of the 0-2 of Amstel, as those 3 cars have dominated this event through the midway point and now working lap 38 of 60. More lap traffic looming in front of the leaders. Into turns 3 and 4, the lap cars are double wide on the front straight, and Amstel approaches them with 20 laps to go in turn 1. He dives beneath the 1 of Akerley. His pursuers follow right through, and now they move to the high side of Jimmy Nicola's 57. And look at Kostelnik diving to the inside of Diano. Wheel to wheel, they make contact in turns 3 and 4. Diano so strong on the straightaways, and the lapped car of Nicola may play a part in this battle. On lap 41, we are about to go 3 wide in the fight for second position, and track champion Adam Kostelnik wrestles the runner-up spot away from the Ohio invader. Diano back to third now after a bold move in turns 3 and 4 by Adam Kostelnik. Lap 42, and Amstel's lead in the 0-2 car has diminished to almost nothing. Kostelnik dirt tracks the car out of 2 and loses several car lengths that time. Lap traffic still in front of the leader. On the back straight, the lead trio will approach the 10 machine. Amstel gets by, Kostelnik gets by. Single file and headed again for more lapped cars in turns 3 and 4. Kostelnik made that bold inside pass for second. Can he do the same to wrestle the lead away from Jeff Amstel? Kostelnik, the lone Pennsylvanian, separating longtime Ohio veteran Jeff Amstel and 2-track champion at Lorraine and Mansfield from the teenager, the 3rd generation racer Diano, as they are all racing under a blanket for top 3 positions. Working lap 45 with just 15 to go, and Bobby Ship has caught the lead battle. It will be a 4-car fight at the front of this field for the Piney Lasky Memorial Fall Festival victory. Leaders now approaching the Al Civic 85 car. Modified weekly features in the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series are 20 laps in distance. And this feature 3 times that length, with Amstel out in front of Kostelnik. Kostelnik able to make rear contact with Amsdel, and they are wheel-to-wheel fighting for the lead in turn 4. Amsdel fights off an aggressive move by Kostelnik in turn 4. It's lap 48, and the top 4 cars are bumper to bumper to bumper around the Motordrome Speedway. Kostelnik able to get through turn 3 better than any other competitor, then losing a car length or 2 each lap down the straightaways. It is still Jeff Amsdel out in front of the field. He has now earned $490 in 2 cases of Yangling Lager as the lap leader bonuses to this point in the event, but Kostelnik is in striking distance in car 60. Young Diano in car 36, trying to find a way back to the second position that he held for so long, but now feeling the pressure of Bobby Shipp in the 04 and heavy lap traffic on lap 50. Kostelnik looks to the inside. 3 wide for the lead on the back straight. Rebar, now the rookie, the lapped car looming in front, throws a pick for home track favorite Kostelnik. And the lead has changed hands on lap 51. Adam Kostelnik, the 5-time track champion, uses lap traffic like a master to take over the lead from the Ohio Invaders. Amsdel is back to second, Diano in third, and Diano quickly challenging. Lap traffic still a part of this lead fight as Kostelnik opens up an advantage of 5 or 6 car lengths now, leaving his nearest combatants to fight with the 24 machine, the lapped car driven by Randy Culver. Amsdel on lap 52 is the first to clear Culver, as it looked like Diano might return to the second position, but all of that fighting for second, third, and fourth has allowed Kostelnik to open up to a lead of about 14 car lengths. And we got a caution flag, a spin in turn number 4. As leader Kostelnik approaches the number 57 of Jimmy Nicola. We will have a restart with 7 laps to go. Amsdel, Nick Diano, and Bobby Shipp with Jim Nicola in 5th. Open racetrack now. It was in heavy lap traffic that Kostelnik made his masterful moves to take the lead. Now can the Viglione Racing number 60 hold its own among the Buckeye State Invaders in empty racetrack? To the finish, lap traffic will not be a factor. He dirt tracks the car out of 4, and with 6 laps to go, Amsdel looking to the outside. If Amsdel in the 02 and Diano in the 36 begin to fight for position, Kostelnik could go all the way out in front. Kostelnik leading by 3 or 4 car lengths in clear racetrack. Amsdel in his first Motordrome Speedway start gets the car a little crossed up on the entrance to turn number 1 and loses another couple of car lengths. Diano, it looks like destined to be a 3rd place finisher as he has now fallen just a car length or 2 behind Amsdel. Laps remaining. The biggest modified event at the Motordrome Speedway in over 10 seasons, with 5-time track champion Adam Kostelnik leading the way. Two laps to go. Diano has faded from a challenge for the win. And it will be the 02 of Amsdel, the only one with an opportunity to challenge Kostelnik as the lap car changes positions 2 and 3. Bobby Shipp reels in the Diano 36 car as a result of contact with a lap machine. And on the final circuit, Adam Kostelnik opening up a bigger lead over Jeff Amsdel through turns 3 and 4. The 5-time Motordrome champion at the wheel of the Viglione Racing number 60. Adam Kostelnik takes the Piney Lasky Memorial Fall Festival victory over Jeff Amsdel, Nick Diano, Bobby Shipp, and Jim Nicola. Adam Kostelnik, you may not even be aware that the driver you passed for that win is a veteran of late model competition and a 2-track modified champion. And here tonight you prove that Motordrome's finest may be the very finest anywhere in this part of the country.
Well, it's pretty bad. Them guys got 406s, aluminum heads. They're about 300 horsepower more. But once I got that caution, I knew I'd start bumping them and pressuring them, letting them know I was there. If it wasn't for a lap car, I don't know if I could have got them. But, man, they could have the horsepower they want. We sort of got a little handicapped the way the rules were. That's the way it is. But, you know what I mean? I wasn't letting them guys come down to my home track, my place, and beat me. Everybody keeps saying that I'm scared to race this race. I'm here. You know what I mean? I beat them. That's all that matters.
Watching Adam Kostelnik for so many years with your aggressive style, was tire wear something that concerned you in a race 3 times as long as a weekly show?
Well, I knew them guys were hoping they would burn their tires up, and they had the big lead. I just took it easy, worked my way to the front, just being patient, not trying to use the tires or gas up. And once I got to them, every time I could hit them guys, I hit them just to let them know I was there, just to get. And once I start doing that, they start overdriving, and like I said, that's when I got them, just in lap traffic. They didn't know how to work it, but other than that, it was pretty good.
And a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
I got to thank Buzzy and Donna Viglione. They own the car here, Lazater. Josie Viglione, TCI Circlematic, Bowling Machine. Tony Manganello, he helped us out. Corman Corporation, his wife Denise. But it's just a big team effort, and this one's for the hometown guys. We only need one more guy to come out and sweep us, because this is our track. Let them guys know how it is.
It's his track, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Kostelnik. Fall Festival 200 is the Piney Lasky Memorial 100. John Komarinsky and David Riggin lead him into turn number 1. An outstanding save by Gary Wiltrout in car 95 as he and David Riggin nearly locked bumpers on the start. An amazing drive to keep us under green flag racing, and Gregory Kelly is hard in the front straight wall. Gregory Kelly and Nathan Russell collected. The 82 and the 44 cars spin to avoid, but Gregory Kelly nearly got upended as he tagged the outside retaining wall coming out of turn 4 when they went 3 wide in the middle of the pack. The 44 of Gregory Kelly, a 2-time truck division champion here at Motordrome, who got his first NASCAR-sanctioned late model victory this season. The Froggy Radio, D&K Sales and Service Chevrolet number 44. Kelly, a protege of Bobby Henry, the 2007 Motordrome track champion with hard outside wall contact. And a quick start out of turn 4. Leader Komarinsky goes sideways just a bit. And Gary Wiltrout diving into the early lead around David Riggin. 33 of Komarinsky and the 69 of Josh John both got a little bit sideways on the start out of turn 4. Battle for 5th, the 98 of Neil Brown diving below Josh John. John of Salamanca, New York, 3rd in the points this season at Lake Erie. Dropping just out of the top 5 on lap 2. Now feeling the pressure of Mark Catone. The Keystone Basement Systems 31, the former 2-time champion, taking away 6th position in turns 3 and 4. Just behind him is the 75 of Barry Audi, the all-black machine. And 2008 track champion, Richard Mitchell. On lap 4, Gary Wiltrout opening up a big lead. Challenge for 2nd, Dave Riggin in 24 as John Komarinsky briefly looked beneath that machine. Joe Moose slowing in front of the leaders and headed pit side. Problem in turn 2, Steve Black spins the number 1 car, and a great job by Jamie Ramsey to avoid him. Caution flag on lap 5, Steve Black in the 1 car from Greensburg. down and Mark Catone as the green flag waves. 95 laps remaining. Side by side, middle of the pack, Richard Mitchell on the inside in car 22, and Barry Audi, the only former winner of a fall festival in this field in car 75. He won this event in 1992, the former Jennerstown Speedway champion. Mitchell taking the spot away out of turn number 4. And now Will Thomas challenging to the inside of Audi on lap 7. Thomas and Bobby Henry were racing for position, and now Thomas, with a car length between himself and Henry, closing in on the all-black 75 of Barry Audi. Thomas has one career victory here in sporadic starts at Motordrome Speedway. Henry in car 11, a two-time winner this season, now challenging Audi. Wiltrout with a big lead over Riggin, Komarinsky, Miller, and Brown on lap 10. And now a challenge for 6th position. After Richard Mitchell made a pass on the low side of Barry Audi, he moves to the outside of Mark Catone and takes a spot away. Mitchell has been in victory lane in 100-lap events before at Motordrome Speedway, and the former NASCAR Northeast Region champion, climbing into 6th using the high side. Battle for 2nd, and we got a hard crash on the front straight. The 44 car of Steve Laking. Steve Laking with hard contact of the inside retaining wall. He's buckled the concrete just in front of the start-finish line. Laking in car 44 just getting that big Oktoberfest victory. Flamborough Speedway regular in the 44X. Steve Laking's teammate, the 82 of Jason Shaw, the 3-time Flamborough champion, was eliminated in the lap 1 crash. Now the 36 car of Gary Elliott making a pit stop, with Poole returning to the pit area, still on the lead lap, both of those drivers. Second, Rick Miller in 4th, Neil Brown in 5th, Richard Mitchell in 6th. Under the last green flag segment of the event, Komarinsky was threatening for 2nd. Now Rick Miller is charging beneath him for 3rd. The Dunbar Dominator up to the top 3 and bringing Neil Brown right with him. On lap 13, the inside lane remains open beneath Komarinsky for track champion Richard Mitchell in car 22. Richard Mitchell is inside the top 5. 4 of the top 5 drivers in the running order have been to victory lane this season at Motordrome. The exception is David Riggin from Clarence, New York in 2nd spot. Rick Miller challenging for the runner-up position as Gary Wiltrout has this lead well in hand. Neil Brown is right there with Miller, and as Miller clears the 24 of Riggin, so does the 98 of Brown by inches on lap 16, taking 3rd position officially. Riggin now side by side with Brewston Mills, West Virginia's Richard Mitchell. Mitchell taking a spot away as the CPS Racing Chevrolet falling back in this field. Second place, battle with Neil Brown quickly to the inside of Rick Miller. Brown in car 98, the leading feature winner of 2008 here at Motordrome, with 5 feature victories, including the Penn West Toyota Lift 100 back in the spring. And now Will Trout, who won the Pizza Hut 100 in the summer, leading this field. The 2 Crown Jewel event winners are 1 and 2 on lap 19, as Richard Mitchell dives beneath Rick Miller. Car 22 taking 3rd place from car 21. And the Brooks Automotive Group Valvoline Bellevue chassis machine of Rick Miller, the feature winner this season, falling back to 4th. Mitchell in the Howard Concrete Pumping, Tom Clark Chevrolet, up to 3rd. He, just like Miller, has 1 feature win, but also claimed the track championship. Then Brown, the 5-time winner, in 2nd, closing on Will Trout, who was a 4-time feature winner this season. Working lap 21 in a tremendous battle. For 6th position, the 9 of Will Thomas diving beneath David Riggin in 24. And lap 22 into turn number 1, the lead fight will intensify. Neil Brown able to pull up to the door of the 95 of Will Trout. Side by side in turn 4, the 2 leading winners of 2008 and the 2 drivers who won the 100-lap special events this season are slugging it out for the lead. Neil Brown takes the position away. We are working lap 23. The new leader will be Neil Brown from Acme, Pennsylvania. Look at Richard Mitchell following into 2nd spot, sending Will Trout back to 3rd. Leader Neil Brown in the Richter Motorsports entry, sponsored by Hunter's Peterbilt and Davies Ford. Leading Richard Mitchell, then Gary Will Trout in 3rd here on lap 25 with the Paula Grudo Racing entry, sponsored by Stone & Company and Megan Ford. Rick Miller in 4th, Mark Catone up to 5th. The Owls Construction, Keystone Basement Systems 31. Into 6th spot, Will Thomas in car 9, the Lake Erie Speedway champion, as he just wrestled a position away from Bobby Henry, the 2007 Motordrome champion. Lap traffic now among the leaders, the 36 car of Gary Elliott, the 40-year racing veteran from Ontario, Canada. Lap 29 into turn 1, Mark Catone in car 31 is gaining on Rick Miller in 21. A battle of multiple-time Motordrome Speedway track champions. Miller in car 21, also a former Clearfield Speedway champion. Action up front settles down just a bit. Single file 1 through 5. In 6th, it's Will Thomas. In 7th, Bobby Henry. 8th, John Komarinsky. 9th, David Riggin. Challenge in turn 3 as Catone dives beneath Miller. Battle for 4th, and Catone will take the spot away. Mark Catone in car number 31, the 1995 and 2001 Motordrome Speedway track champion, taking the spot away from the 2003, 2004, and 2005 track titleist Rick Miller in 21. both of those drivers, gaining on early race leader Gary Wiltrout in 95. Wiltrout, the 2002 Motordrome track champion. 1/3 of the way through the Piney Lasky Memorial 100 as part of the Fall Festival 200 here at Motordrome Speedway, and Neil Brown continues to lead Richard Mitchell. And Scott Baker in car 114, the Talmadge, Ohio veteran, former Iceman Series champion, goes up in smoke. And now Wiltrout is off the pace. The early race leader, caution flag will wave. Scott Baker, the racing veteran, many times the winner at the Toledo Speedway and former champion of the Iceman Series Tour, goes up in smoke in the Baker Performance Chevrolet number 114. Green flag is back out, 35 laps completed. Neil Brown, Richard Mitchell, Gary Wiltrout, and Mark Catone. Rick Miller in the top 5. As we have 65 laps remaining in the Piney Lasky Memorial 100. A challenge for top 5 positions with Will Thomas moving to the inside of Rick Miller. Thomas, a former Mara Series champion. Miller, also a loyalist on the Mara Tour. And side by side, those two drivers. Miller, the former ASA National Traveler. And Thomas, a winner at 6 speedways in 3 states. Nearly dead even at the scoring line, working lap number 39. As Thomas wants to see his number 9 on the scoreboard in 5th. Bobby Henry watching this battle from just behind. Lap 40 and they remain glued together door to door. Thomas in car 9 from Sharpsville, PA. And the Dunbar Dominator, Rick Miller. Miller has been victorious at Motordrome, Jennerstown, and Clearfield. Thomas has won at Motordrome, Jennerstown, Lake Erie, Lancaster, Oswego, and New Smyrna. And as Thomas secures a top 5 position, a battle for 3rd. Mark Catone in car 31, diving to the inside of the 95 of Gary Wiltrout. At the scoring line, Catone by a fender, securing the 3rd position officially. Battle of Fords side by side down the back straight. Neil Brown and Richard Mitchell have checked out from this battle for 3rd, and Wiltrout drifts a little bit high, opening the door for Catone to complete the pass. Lap 43 and top 5 positions have just changed. It's now Mark Catone 3rd, Gary Wiltrout 4th, and now Will Thomas 5th. Bobby Henry up to 6th as Miller drops back to 7th. John Komarinsky is 8th, Dave Riggin is 9th. And the 69 of Josh John in 10th. Will Thomas in car number 9 just challenged and secured a spot from Rick Miller, and now challenging another former Motordrome champion, side by side with Gary Wiltrout. Thomas on the inside and Wiltrout up high. Wiltrout, a champion of Jennerstown Speedway as well as Motordrome. And Thomas with his Lake Erie title to go along with his Mara Series championships, inching ahead for 4th position, and will take the spot away after contact with Wiltrout on lap 46. Thomas is up to 4th, leaving the Palagrudo Motorsports teammates, Gary Wiltrout and Bobby Henry, to battle for 5th position. Henry advancing through the field, Wiltrout dropping back. In turns 3 and 4, Neil Brown surrounded by lap traffic and briefly had to back off the throttle as the 20 of Scott Nurmi and the 50 of Doug Bakioki nearly came together. Brown's lead over Mitchell, maybe 10 to 12 car lengths and expanding. Mark Catone is all by himself in third, then Thomas in fourth, Henry in fifth. And we are halfway through the Piney Lasky Memorial 100. It's Brown, Mitchell, Catone, Thomas, and Henry. Wiltrout in sixth, Miller in seventh, Komarinsky in eighth, Riggin in ninth. The 69 of Josh John in 10th in his first Motordrome Speedway start of the season. Lap number 53, leaders free of lap traffic. Brown and Mitchell, then two lapped cars and 3/4 of a straightaway. Back to Mark Catone in car 31, who has advanced through this field, but will need a caution flag soon to reel in the top two drivers who have pulled away. With Will Thomas, who has also gained plenty of ground in fourth, and Bobby Henry, who's followed Thomas right up through. Turn 4, a battle for sixth position as Rick Miller gains on early race leader Gary Wiltrout here on lap 55. Miller in 21 looking to the bottom. Picked up a feature victory in sporadic Motordrome Speedway starts this season. Wiltrout, a weekly campaigner who won the Pizza Hut 100 as one of his 4 victories, slides out of turn 4 and surrenders that spot to Miller on lap 56. Ninth position now in car 96. It's Mark Poole, the 2-time feature winner in the Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet number 96. Poole, who started at the back of this field, has now passed David Riggin, who started on the front row, and the 69 of Josh Johns. Dusty Rhodes is off the pace on the back straight in car 23 and headed to the pit area. And a caution flag for Dusty Rhodes in car 23. Green flag is back out. 41 laps remaining and the leaders are side by side. Neil Brown, Richard Mitchell. Then making the climb from 11th position in car 9, it's Will Thomas side by side with Mark Catone. For third position, Will Thomas around Catone and clears him by a car length and a half now. Bobby Henry looking to the outside in car 11. He started deep in this field. And Tommy Close in the 3, hooked together with Doug Bakioki in the 50. Working lap 62. Everybody's pointed in the right direction and the green flag stays out. Tommy Close in car 3 from Potsdam, New York, the champion this season at Adirondack Speedway. Hooked up with the 50 of Doug Bakioki, a regular at the Jennerstown Speedway. And we continue green flag racing on lap 64. A big lead for Neil Brown over the 22 of Richard Mitchell. Will Thomas advancing into 3rd position, and now Mark Catone in 31, feeling the pressure of Bobby Henry's car, number 11. Battle for 4th, Catone to the inside, Bobby Henry on the outside, and back to single file down the front straight on lap 65. And a problem for Bobby Henry just as he's challenging Mark Catone for 4th. Henry is off the pace in a shower of sparks in car 11. Caution flag will wave for the 2007 Motordrome champion. Will Thomas 3rd, Mark Catone 4th, Rick Miller 5th, and Mark Poole up to 6th. Contact as Komarinsky and the 95 of Wiltrout get together. Steve Black does a great job of avoidance. We got a caution flag. The 36 car is leaking something onto the speedway. Asking the 36 car to pull to the inside as there's a potential for rear end grease coming out of the 36 car. Neil Brown and Richard Mitchell leading Will Thomas, Mark Catone, Rick Miller, and Mark Poole with 34 laps remaining, and Rick Miller spins from a top 5 spot, collecting the 33 of Komarinsky, the 50 of Bakioki, the 75 of Audi, the 3 of Tommy Close, the 69 of Josh John, and the 20 of Scott Nurmi. Miller, who was in the top 5 for that restart. Komarinsky got the brunt of that one in car 33 with some hard outside wall contact. Barry Audi is the car right up against the Komarinsky machine. 50 is Bakioki and the 3 is Tommy Close. Catone row 2. And now in 5th spot from starting at the tail, Mark Poole in car 96. And quickly Poole storming into 4th position. Mark Poole was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack in the Pizza Hut 100 before a mechanical problem sidelined his effort. And look at the challenge for 2nd. On lap 67, Will Thomas is looking to the inside of Richard Mitchell. The battle of 2008 NASCAR Weekly Racing Series champions. Lake Erie Speedway champion, Will Thomas on the inside. Motordrome Speedway champion, Richard Mitchell on the outside. And on lap 68, Will Thomas takes over the 2nd position officially. Will Thomas in the Colonial Metal Products, PI&I number 9. Into the 2nd spot after starting in 11th. Richard Mitchell back to 3rd. Mark Poole up from the tail of the field into 4th spot, and Mark Catone in 5th. Bobby Henry finding new life after the shock absorber change in car number 11. Henry is 6th and closing. Challenge for 5th position in the center of the back straight. Now into turn 3. Bobby Henry on the high side of the speedway. Closing in and taking a spot away from Mark Catone. The Stone and Company Megan Ford of Bobby Henry. Into 5th spot, and now something that Mark Poole has not experienced all race long. Someone about to pass him as he has advanced from several early race pit stops. Inside the top 5, here comes Henry. It's lap 73, and Bobby Henry is firmly planted to the outside of Mark Poole and taking away 4th position on the back straight. of a Motordrome straightaway. Now in second spot, it's Will Thomas. And if there's a caution flag, Thomas will have his first opportunity to restart along the side of Brown's 98 car. Challenge for third, Bobby Henry in the 11, closing up to the rear bumper of his 2008 championship nemesis, Richard Mitchell, and in turn 4 looking to the inside. Henry has passed nearly every lead lap car in recent green flag laps. And pulling to the inside of Mitchell, nearly making contact and trading stickers down the back straight, Henry pulls into third. Bobby Henry may be the fastest moving car on the speedway. We have a caution flag. In third, Bobby Henry in fourth after starting 13th and changing a shock absorber. Green flag is out. And Brown pulls away from Thomas just as he had done from Mitchell on previous restarts. Mitchell and Henry still side by side now. As the lap did not count, Henry goes back to fourth but quickly secures the third position. A pass he had made under green flag conditions just a lap earlier. See if Henry is in fact the fastest car on the speedway. Will he close in on the 9 of Thomas? And he does very quickly. Bobby Henry in car 11, a former winner of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100 back in 2007. Looking to the high side of Lake Erie Speedway champion, Will Thomas. Battle for second in turn 3. And Henry out of 4. A dead heat at the line on lap 81 for the runner-up position. And now Henry completes the pass on the back straight. 19 laps remaining. 13th place starter, Bobby Henry, into second position. Will Thomas third, Richard Mitchell fourth and off the pace on the front straight. Mitchell pulls to the inside and the 2008 Motordrome track champion loses 3 positions on lap 82. Back through this field on lap 83. And the Brewston Mills, West Virginia driver will be headed to the pits. Lap 84, and Bobby Henry has put some distance between himself and third running Will Thomas in the 9. Battle for fifth, Mark Catone and Gary Wiltrout are side by side. And with 15 to go, they stay glued door to door. Out of 2 and down the back straight, now Catone. Just out in front and completes the pass as Wiltrout gets into the high side and nearly loses the 95 car. Catone back up into the top 5 on lap 86. We have a caution flag, a car hard into the wall on the back straight, the 23 of Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes from Jenners, Pennsylvania with a flat left rear tire and body damage after hard outside wall contact. Fastest car on the speedway was Bobby Henry. Green flag is out and Neil Brown gets a terrific start in car 98. Henry has just taken positions away from Mark Poole, Will Thomas, and after a shock absorber change, Henry closing right into the rear bumper of Neil Brown. And we've got a spin. 69 of Josh John spins. And the 75 of Barriotti. 33 of Komarinsky involved in that incident as well. For the restart with 12 laps to go in the Piney Lasky Memorial 100. Henry stays right with Brown on the restart, looking to the outside. Brown with only a 2-car length advantage down the back straight. The battle for fourth is Catone and Poole side by side. Showing the way at the front of this field with 10 laps to go. The 2008 winner of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100, Neil Brown. In second, the 2007 winner of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100, Bobby Henry. Will Thomas in third, Mark Poole now in fourth, Mark Catone in fifth. Ramsey heads pit side just in front of the leaders, and with 8 to go, Neil Brown's advantage at about 5 car lengths and growing over Bobby Henry in car 11, who seemed to be the fastest car on the speedway not long ago. Still side by side for fourth. Catone on the inside. Mark Poole had sole possession of that spot just a lap ago, and now Catone will reclaim fourth. Laps to go. And now with 5 to go, Brown's advantage holding steady over Henry, Thomas, Catone, and Poole. A $6,000 paycheck plus a significant chunk of the $2,000 in lap money could be awaiting Neil Brown. 4 laps away from a victory in the first running of the Fall Festival at Motordrome Speedway, the Piney Lasky Memorial 100. Henry closed in just a bit through 3 and 4 that time, but there are only 3 laps to go. Henry again in turn 3 makes up 3 or 4 car lengths on the leader. Signal of 2 laps to go. The Dusty Rhodes lapped car looming in turn 2 for Neil Brown, whose car number 98 on lap 98 goes to the high side. And Barry Audi spins in front of the leaders on the back straight, caution flag. Barry Audi in car 75 bringing out the caution by spinning right in front of the race leaders with 2 laps to go. Will settle the Piney Lasky Memorial 100 just in front of Will Thomas, Mark Poole, and Mark Catone. White flag is waving. Final time around the Motordrome Speedway. $6,000 plus lap bonus money, awaiting the winner of the first Fall Festival at Motordrome. And the Piney Lasky Memorial 100 will be won by Acme, Pennsylvania's Neil Brown over Bobby Henry, Will Thomas, Mark Poole, and Mark Catone. With what could be a record payday here at the Motordrome Speedway, I understand that a couple of weeks ago you weren't even sure if you could attend this event here tonight.
Well, we was out in North Dakota pheasant hunting, and we wasn't going to come home for this race, and figured we owed it to Stanley to come home and support his dad and the Lasky family. And want to thank the Lasky family for all they did with racing and Piney Lasky. I'd like to thank all the fans for coming out. I know it was bitter cold. Thank all my sponsors, R&M Trucking, O'Shea Lumber, Davies Ford, Hunter's Peterbilt. I'd like to thank Harley at Port City. He's helped us out a lot with this race car. Penske Racing Shocks. And the biggest thanks all goes to my crew chief, Jim Alborn. He always puts a good car under me.
You were running awfully hard even at the beginning of this race to get out in front. Did tire wear issues cross your mind on those late restarts with Richard Mitchell, then Will Thomas, then Bobby Henry right to your outside?
No, it seems like when you got a pretty good car, you really don't have a tire issue and wear. These tires are pretty hard, so you can get 100 laps easy out of them.
A season that from the beginning almost seemed thrown together at the last minute with you and Richter Motorsports coming together, and now twice in victory lane with 100-lap events. This has turned into a near dream season for you.
Yeah, it is. It's been a good season. Been one of the most fun seasons we ever had. We didn't race for points. We just come down here and race to win and have fun. And I got to say, this is one of our best seasons.
Having fun, the leading winner at Motordrome Speedway in 2008 in victory lane for the Piney Lasky Memorial 100. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Brown. On behalf of the Lasky family, the entire staff and management of Motordrome Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out this evening and supporting this event, and thank you for a terrific season in 2008. We hope to see you right back here in 2009. Thanks for all you've done for us, and drive home safely.